Right, unlike yesterday, I started the recording earlier today, so that people don't miss out on the first part. Okay. So I believe you can all see my screen. If you can see my screen, just indicate in the chat box that you can see my screen. I want to be sure my screen is visible to everybody. You just type it in the chat box that you can see the screen right now. Okay, okay, awesome. Thank you. All right. Today, you are welcome to the Content Creation Mastery Day 2. I hope you got value yesterday, and the essence of this is not just to learn. The essence is mainly to whatever it is you learn, the goal, whatever will make this thing productive for you is to actually implement whatever it is you are learning or you're about to learn now. It's not enough to pay for a class and maybe abandon whatever you learned from that class. You really have to implement it. Though part of the bonus I said I would create for this class is creating an accountability group. The accountability group, the purpose is just to have maybe people who, after this class, people who want to start creating content consistently and according to some of the things they've learned, can be in an accountability group whereby every day you are being monitored. There's someone asking you a question about your content. There's someone that is checking that you actually did. I believe that would help. Just a slight push, but I've seen people that it helps. I use it for my previous students, and many of them came back with testimonies about it. So anyone who is interested in that, we still be welcome to be part of that accountability class. So how to create content? If you are creating content online, I told you yesterday that one of the reasons why people don't create content is that they don't know their ideal audience. They don't know what to write. If you don't know your audience or who you are talking to, then you won't know the content to create. You won't know what to talk about because you don't know the person you're addressing. It's just like addressing nobody. I mean, there's nothing you want to say because you don't know who you're addressing. So the first thing you need to know is to identify who your audience is. And the second is create a content pillar. While the third one is research. I mean, plain old research. We'll be talking more in details about all these. Identify your ideal audience. Everyone is not your customer. That Seth Godin actually said that. I should have written it as Seth Godin. Everyone is not your customer, so you are not. You don't expect everybody to buy from you. So the same way, when you are writing online or when you are speaking online, you should not speak to everybody. Because when you speak to everyone, you are speaking to no one. You are not like our president who said he belongs to nobody and he belongs to everybody. You have to belong to someone if you want to create content that is meaningful online. You have to belong to somebody. We have to know you for something. If we don't know you for that, then you won't have people who will be loyal to you, who are loyal to your content. You won't have people who follow you everywhere you go. So you don't just say, I'm speaking to everyone. No, you have to have someone that you are speaking to. So a one-size-fits-all social media message is not attractive because it does not speak to anybody on a personal level. If you are saying you are trying to address everybody, then like I said, you are speaking to nobody because nobody feels personally connected because it's like a general message. It's just like you are in a big hall and you are just talking, then you now say, um, somebody help me to, somebody write something, or you just give a task to somebody. You might find out that nobody will do that task because this person feels is the one that will do it. Another person feels that person should do it. So at the end of the day, nobody does it. Unlike when you mention a name, say, Ayodiji, give me your book or give me that Bible. I know that you are talking to me, so I will take action because you are addressing me on a personal level. There's so much noise online. There's so much going on. I mean, there are more than ever before, people are creating content every day. So you need to create your message in a way that you are speaking to someone directly. Now, the very best way to begin narrowing down your target market and developing a picture of your ideal customers is to start by thinking not of the customers that you could attract, but rather of the customers that you really love to attract. Now, when you start selling whatever it is, what I'm trying to, okay, when you start selling your good, your product or your service, there should be someone in your mind that should be the person you want to sell to. There should be a particular idea of this is the kind of clients I want to have. You cannot say everybody is my client because everybody cannot be. You cannot say you want to sell to people, to mothers, to fathers, to children, to people with various kind of interests, because people have different interests, people have different problems per time. So that means you must always think about that particular person, whoever your customer is, and then you should make sure it's someone that has the ability to purchase your products or use your service. I mentioned something yesterday that most times in the marketing world, we usually don't try to anyway. It depends on the product you are selling anyway, but I don't usually sell to people who are 18 years old, 19, 20, because they don't have the purchasing power. Most of them are in university, they are in school, they are under their parents, they are not employed, they don't have any income of their own. So I would not try to sell to those people because I know they don't have the money to pay for what I'm selling. Again, I showed you this slide yesterday. Okay, please, you can just type in the chat box again. I want to ask if my screen is bold enough, if you are seeing it clearly enough. I intentionally didn't put up a bigger slide today so that I won't be experiencing delay when I'm trying to switch to the next slide. I don't like that 2 seconds delay we were having yesterday. So if this is bold enough, let me know so that I'm sure you guys I want to be sure you are seeing what's on the screen very well and clearly. Okay, let's move forward. So I showed you this yesterday, that who is your ideal customer? So look at this question that I listed here. Just you might not exactly have the perfect picture about this, but okay, thank you, Sonen. You might not have the exact picture, but you should have something close to an 80% accuracy about who your ideal customer is. So who is your customer? Who is this person? Who is he? Who is she? Where do they live? How old are they? What's their gender? Are they single? Are they married? Do they have children? the reason for these questions is that when you are talking, for instance, if you know who your customer is, when you are writing something online, you know how to talk to that person would connect. If you know where they live, maybe they are Nigerians, or maybe you are trying to sell to only a particular location, maybe just within your state, or Nigerians, or you are going to the international. It depends on you, but you should be able to know that where do this person live? Is it Nigerian? So if you know that someone that lives in Nigeria, you know how to talk in a way that that person can relate with you. That okay, this person understands. If you sometimes when you go to, because of this recently, because of this VPN, the Twitter ban and all that. So usually when I get to the foreign, that's probably the American Twitter, you see that the way they write, some things they talk about, they are not things that interest us Nigerians. So if I'm talking to an American, I have to know that I am speaking to an American. I'm speaking to a Nigerian. I'm speaking to a Lagosian. I'm speaking to someone who is in Calabar. There's a way That's why you need to know where your people live. When I say your people, I'm talking about your customer. So how it is your customer? Is it a young person, a middle-aged person? Are you targeting someone who is old? For instance, I know people that they target the old people, people who sell health products like maybe something that cures diabetes, something that helps with arthritis. Those people are not. If you are selling something like that, then and in your content you are talking as if you are speaking to a teenager, or someone who is still younger than 40, you won't connect with people like that because they don't have arthritis. Most people in that age range don't have diabetes, so they might not connect. Or for instance, say you are into furniture making, students might not connect to you when you are talking about your furniture, because students are not interested in furniture. People who are interested are people who are actually maybe people who are married, or newly married, or corporate organizations and all that. So then what is their income? If you are selling a product that is maybe high ticket, then you should know that the people you'll be talking to are people who can also afford high ticket. When I say high ticket products that are maybe 100,000 and above. So if you are selling something of 100,000 and above, you should know that you are not targeting people who has an income of maybe 70,000 naira monthly. So what are their favorite books, the magazines they like to read, their TV shows or movies? Where do they hang out online and offline? What groups can you find them online? What Facebook special groups, or Instagram or Twitter? Where do they usually hang out? Where do they spend their time? Then what do they need? I talked about that yesterday. How do you know? You should know the need of your ideal customer. You should know that. Just the way I do it is that I put myself in the shoe of that person. I assume, okay, for instance, I am okay. Let me use this as an example. Okay, Idris said is that he has problem with the volume. Who else does, so that we'll know if it's from me or from Idris? Please, I need someone to respond to that first, so that. Okay, Olumide said the volume is okay. Inyama said the volume is okay. So Idris, that means you have to do something about your volume. Okay, thank you. So what are the fears of your ideal customers? Or let me not even say ideal customers. Let's just assume it's just one person. What is the fear of my ideal customer? What is the fear of someone that, for instance, let me assume that let's say I am a content marketer, or I am a content creator, or I teach people how to create content. What is the fear of my ideal customers? I know that some of the fears that my ideal customers have is they are afraid of making mistakes. I know that sometimes they are afraid of what people will say. I know that sometimes they are scared that won't people call them a fraud? Won't they say you are a fraud, that you don't know what you are doing? These are some of the fears of people who have with their content. So I know it. So when I'm talking to someone, I know how to address that problem, because I know what is in the person's mind. I put myself in that person's frame of mind. So what is most important to him or her? Just always have this in mind. You can, of course, I'm sure you can always have access to this. These are the kind of questions you should have in mind whenever you are trying to locate your customer. So that this is a point. You would not know what to say to your ideal customer until you really get to know him or her inside out. If you don't, just take it like a relationship, like a personal relationship. If you are, if I, we, some of us here, we've not met, most of us we have not met before, and we just meet ourselves on the road or in an event. If I just suddenly start talking to you about, okay, for instance, I asked Olumide about Big Brother Naija. He's obviously not a fan of the show. But if I just see Olumide and I start talking about Big Brother Naija, I didn't even allow him to say anything. I just keep talking. Do you know white money? Do you know so? Can you see what happened yesterday and all that? He would just be looking at me like, this guy, are you okay? What's my business with what you're talking about? I don't understand you. So you should know your customer in and out. You should know the things that interest your ideal customer. You should know the things that will gain their attention. I mean, every one of us read different things online. There are things you don't read twice, you just scroll past. And there are things that once you just see that, even if it's coming from someone you've not seen before, it gets your attention. You want to know what that person is talking about. You can a man that is having problem with erectile dysfunction, and he just suddenly see a post that talks about how to maintain erection for 5 hours. Sorry, how to maintain erection for say maybe 20 minutes or whatever. He would want to read that because it kind of addresses what he's experiencing. So now the second part of how to create content is to identify your content pillars. This part is very important. We would take our time in this area so that we would all get this. So content pillars are just, can be maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 topics that your business or your brand discusses in depth. They are like themes, like um, these are the these are the 5 topics that you want to be talking about anytime you come online. So you know that whenever you come online, you are not speaking outside those topics. So, and the content pillar should be relevant to your audience, and it must be something you can talk about regularly. Now, you see why I said you must know your audience, because whatever content pillar you would have must relate to your audience. You can't have content pillar out of nowhere, because in the end, you just find out that you are talking to nobody. So once you're able to identify your content pillars, you will always have something to talk about. I can assure you of that. You won't have any excuse for not creating content for your business, because you have something to talk about. We are still going to get to the part where I will tell you how to use these content pillars to create subtopics, but let's just go gradually. Okay, I said here that when you intentionally create and curate content around your content pillars, it helps you to maximize your content strategy and your marketing plan. Because what the content pillar does is that it's like a structure, that I my anything I'm saying is within this scope. I don't go beyond this scope. I'm only around this scope. So with that, you know how to, when you are going for your marketing purpose or your educating purpose, you know what you are going out for. So a personal example here, I am into affiliate marketing. I am an affiliate marketer. I am also into freelancing, and I'm also in the generally the making money online niche. So my content pillars are sales and marketing tips. When I say that's a topic on its own, sales and marketing. So that means I can talk about sales and marketing once in a while, or depending on however I fix it. Then another pillar that should be part of my content is motivational and inspirational topics. The reason for this is that I'm in the making money online niche, and I understand that sometimes the only reason why some people are afraid to delve into internet marketing or trying to make money in the digital spaces, maybe because of some fear, because of they are not motivated enough. Some people need extra push anyway. I mean, many of us need that extra push because we feel maybe you are too relaxed in your comfort zone. So there, I have to create content that will motivate these people so that they can also see the opportunities that are available in the digital space. So when they come in, they get value. I also get value. And personal development. This personal development is also encouraging people. Sometimes I write something and people come to me. Please, how can I learn about this? Please, I want to know about how to be a graphic designer. I want to learn copywriting. I want to learn affiliate marketing. Because the reason is that I write my content in a way that someone who has not been thinking about personal development want to take a chance on it. The person understands the importance of personal development. I have to make them know that so that they will also get on board. Digital marketing, then lifestyle. Lifestyle is, I think this lifestyle, it should be in all of our whatever content pillar you have, lifestyle must be a part of it. The lifestyle is your personal, like you personally, people knowing you on a personal level, not every time you are talking about sales and marketing or you are talking about personal development. Sometimes let people see you, let them know what you are doing outside of business in quotes. Let them see you, let them see your personal life so that they can relate with you. Sometimes let them know some of your struggles, some of the things or some success you recorded. Let them know about it. So that's that about lifestyle. Another example I did here. After this example, I would be unmuting us. I want every one of us to talk about our various niches. Then we talk about your content pillar. We will do it together. All of us will do it together here, and we will see how this works. So for an healthcare professional, the person can say the topics he or she wants to be talking about can be diseases and treatments, myths and realities. In the health sector, there are many myths around. Some people will say, when a baby is born, you must give the baby you must do some things to that baby so that the baby will be healthy. In reality, that action is not good for the baby, but those are myths that people believe in. Or what about female genital mutilation, for instance? Some people believe that you have to mutilate the genital of a female, and of which medically it has been proven to be dangerous and wrong and has no basis. So an healthcare professional who can be talking about these topics, hygiene, family life, health insurance, these are things that someone who is selling anything on health can be talking about. So now when you now have these pillars are topics. These are topics. So out of this topic, you can now have say 10 subtopics each for each of these topics. So you now say on sales and marketing, for instance, one of the topics I will talk about is how to handle sales objection. Another topic is how to close sales. Another topic is how to write converting copies that converts your audience to buyers. Another sales and marketing topic can be different topics like that. We can really come up with them. Then motivational and inspirational topics. I can bring up a quote by Muhammad Ali or some person and speak about that topic. So I can have another 10 subtopic on the second point, on the second pillar. On the third pillar as well, I can also create 10 topics under personal development. Digital marketing, I can create another 10 topics. On lifestyle too, 10 topics. So if you look at it, if I have 10 topics for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for 5 of these pillars, that gives you a total of 50 topics. Now, are you telling me that if you have 50 topics on ground that you can talk about like right now, do you think you would have problem with creating content? Because you already know the 50 things you can talk about. That's 50 topics is like 2 months. 2 months of uninterrupted. If you are posting 1 topic per day, that's 2 months. If you're even posting 2 topics per day, you still have a month. So that's the essence of this. Okay. So I will let me go back to, excuse me. I'm trying to unmute everybody so that we can start talking now. Okay. Okay, can you guys hear me? So you can unmute yourself. I want you to ask questions about these content pillars because I know.
Topic now.
If you're not saying anything yet, you can still mute your mic. Hello, Shay. Do you have a question you would want to ask?
Not now.
Okay, all right, bro. Okay, I'm still waiting for your questions. Do you understand this at all? So that let's talk about this in detail. Do we understand content pillars and how to create it? Do you know how to create a content pillar now? Okay, let me ask that question. Do you know how to create a content pillar for your for your brand or for your business. Okay, just say yes or no so that I will know. I mean, there should be, the answer should be either a yes or a no, right? Do you know how to create content pillars for your business? Anybody, please? Okay, Shay, you said yes. Can I get more response? I only have one response for now. Yes. Okay, great. Olumide, what do you do? Hello, Olumide. I really want us to have a conversation here before we move forward. Nobody is saying anything. Why is that? And I understand that when people are saying nothing, either they don't understand or they already have absolute understanding of it. So which one is it? Why now? What's happening? Nobody is saying anything. Michael, can you tell us about your content pillar? Okay. Maybe if you don't want to talk, you can just type in the content in the chat box. Tell us what your what you sell or what your product or your service is, and maybe write 2 or 3 of your content pillars. You can write 2 or 3. Let me just, I don't want to, this is one of the important part of this, so I don't want us to just go like that. Is someone about to say something? Okay. Let's move forward. Yes. Yes, definitely we will move on since nobody's saying anything. All right. Now I talked about research as the third thing that you need to know when you are creating content. So after you've identified your niche or your audience, okay, then the next thing you need that will help you with content creation is research. You know, yesterday I talked about the fact that you need to establish authority. When you come online, the reason why you need to be out there is people should be able to say this guy is an authority in this particular niche. And if you are trying to establish authority, if you are trying to make people trust you, or you are trying to make people like you, then you should give them something valuable, something that is quality. And how do you do this? Is just research. And yeah, I know most times we have problem with research that is cumbersome, but it's not cumbersome. There are several platforms where you can carry out research for your content, for whatever it is you are doing. There is nothing that you are doing that somebody has not talked about or doesn't talk about or does not have something valuable on. Plain old Google is one of it. Then Quora. I don't know how many of us use Quora here. We also have Nairaland. Go to nairaland.com. Nairaland is you have lots of resources that you can use there. If you go through Twitter as well, there's so much there. Answerthepublic.com. This is one of the websites that content writers, digital marketers use when they are trying to know what people are saying. So on this website, when you go to this website, you know what people are talking about in your niche. So with that, you can say, okay, what are people talking about in my niche? Then you type it there, and it gives you several topics that people are talking about. So from those topics, you can now write about that topic. I think I should do a demonstration of some of these websites I'm talking to you about, so that you see it for yourself. Yes, okay, that's true. Answer the Public is a paid service, but in a day you still have access to five searches that is free. Before they ask you to pay, you can still ask questions 5 times. I mean, then another interesting part is that, a discovery I made when I started using VPN is that if you put on your VPN and you go to that website and you check whatever it is you want to check, after exhausting the questions you asked, put on your VPN and change your VPN to another location. If you go to another location, you still have time to search for more. I think you get that. So for the sake of people who don't know these websites, I would like to show you. Okay. I think you guys are still seeing what screen are you seeing? I'm trying to show you my browser. Are you guys seeing my browser now? Or is it just still the PowerPoint you are still seeing on your own screen? PowerPoint. Let me see. Okay, so this is answerthepublic.com. Okay. How about now? Are you still seeing PowerPoint? I've switched it to the browser now. Okay, great. So yes, this is the pro version if you want to go to the pro version, but we are not going to pro version now. So if you get to this website, you have to change your location to maybe where you are trying to. If you are talking to a Nigerian audience, then I would suggest you change this part to Nigeria. And let me see what question can I ask. One of us here is into honey business, so let me know what people are saying about honey in Nigeria. Okay, now look at some of these. These are like raw topics for you that you can talk about. Imagine your content today is honey production bad for bees? Is honey production cruel? Is honey production profitable? Is it sustainable? Is it bad for the environment? Is it cruel to bees? Is it seasonal? Is it ethical? Which country leads in honey production? These are questions that people are asking on the internet. And whenever you see any question that people are asking on the internet, that tells you they want answers. So anybody that is supplying that answer, they will naturally go to that person. Anybody that is supplying whatever answer they have, they will naturally go to you. So if you have, look at these are over 10, if you can, or let me say even over 20 topics that you can write about. Let me see another. Let me search for another thing that I know one of us here is into. Let's know what people are saying about furniture making in Nigeria. So what I'm saying is, in essence, is that whenever you go online, okay, these are some of the questions. Is furniture making business profitable? Is furniture making hard? Where can I learn furniture making? Where to buy furniture making wood? Sometimes people want to know which kind of wood they should buy, or what kind of wood is good for that they should use. They need recommendations, they need advice, they need people to educate them. So you should be available to do this for them. Look at this. How to stop furniture making dents in carpets. Imagine talking about this. I'm sure this is a problem. I've experienced this problem too before. Where you lay a carpet, then the chair or the table or whatever it is dents that carpet. So if you can find out if you find out how to answer this question and you write about it, you are educating someone. That way they are seeing you as an authority. If you are doing this consistently for 3 months, I always say it's at least 3 months. Give yourself that consistency. Then you see how things change in your business. Just 3 months. You might say 3 months is a long time to see results, but it's better than doing nothing at all. Instead of not doing anything at all, just looking for quick and fast results, why not take the pain to learn about this? Somebody said she's into air production. I mean, she sells air human hair. I want to know what are the things that Nigerians are saying about human hair online. Idris, can you see that we still have some? I've used 2 or 3 searches now. Okay, now look at this. I'm not sure you guys can see this clearly, but you can see it clearly. Yeah, you can see it clearly. You see which human hair is best quality for weaving. Which human hair type is the best? Which just look at this. What is the best quality human hair? When to wash human hair wig? I mean, these are questions that people are asking. So imagine now someone that has been looking for an answer to this question, then you now write it as your content and you share it. That person will likely come and tell you, thank you for this. I never knew about this and all that. Human ear extensions ethical? Human ear wigs haram, for our Muslim guys. Some people feel, is it haram? Is it halal? You can answer these questions. So when you answer these questions, you are educating people. And that's what we talk about when we say giving value to your audience. It's not more than this. Because value to your audience is something that they find when we say value to your audience, it does not have to be educational alone. It's not only when you educate people that you add value to them. Sometimes when you entertain people, you add value to them. When you motivate people, you add value to them. When you give people information, you add value to them. So these are the things that you do with your content online. This is just one of the your research areas online. Let's see what that's called. I just want us to briefly look at this website. So if you have questions, you can start asking your questions in the chat box. Can you guys just give me ideas on what you do so that I can type it in? I can use it for this search I'm doing. I hope I'm not the only one person on this. Okay, skincare, Ladies City. All right, makeup. Thank you. Okay, we'll try each skincare. Now look at this. Imagine you talking about what is your skincare routine. That's a topic for you. What's the best skincare products? That's another topic. What are some of the best skincare tips? What are the best natural products for skincare? What are the best anti-aging skin products? These are topics. I mean, if you're only selecting just one of these topics every day, you have something to talk about. What is important of skincare in our life? What is your skincare secret? What are your, skincare regrets? What's your favorite skin product? Just look at all this. I mean, these are topics and topics and topics. So why would you not have something to talk about every day? Why would you say you don't know what to tell people? What is a good skincare routine for acne? These are real life issues. These are problems that people have that they are facing. So if you talk about this, if you educate them on this, then they would definitely come to you because they know you are an authority. Even some of them will ask you for advice, and you can decide to give them free advice. You can even decide to give them paid advice because you know about this thing, you have knowledge about it. Let's see. Okay. Okay, this is looking at, okay. I think that bag part, but anyway, look at this. Just is non-woven bag making business profitable? What is the scope of? Okay, let me try and rephrase. that search back. I hope you guys are still following. Are you getting something? Anyway, if we are talking about bag making, what, so that we are not, because it's one thing to say this is what you are into production of bags, right, Idris? You sell bags. Is that what it is? So while waiting for your handmade bags. That's why I said it's good that most of us are online so that we can do this better. Then another thing about research, sometimes you might be looking, I told you about Quora, I told you about Pinterest, I told you about Answer the Public. If you can't find what you are looking for on the site, you can still go elsewhere. Then always keep tweaking the search phrase, because sometimes that search phrase might not be the exact way it is, or the exact way those people in that part of the world talk about it. For instance, you see we are having issues with getting content about handmade bags, but if you go through some of this content anyway, you can still give you idea. You can still get idea from them. Let me see. Handmade talk about eggs in search chat box. So these are some of questions that people ask about eggs. Is it dangerous to eat bananas and eggs together? Though this question might not relate to a Nigerian, because I'm not sure a Nigerian does that. But for instance, you can say, are eggs good for you? If so, what are the health benefits? How many eggs should I eat each day? Are eggs vegetarian or not? Most Nigerians I know are not vegetarians. How do you make scrambled eggs? But you don't need to, you don't need to just say because you are talking about eggs, you are looking for eggs. What are the people that buy eggs, what are the kind of questions you think they have on their mind? That's why we talk about that content pillar. People that buy eggs, Funke, what do you think are some of the challenges they face? What are the questions that you think someone that is buying egg, what is that person trying to do? So these are some of the things that gives you insight on what to search. So you're not just searching eggs, because eggs in itself is like broad. There are thousands of topics about eggs. So for instance, now let's say I want to have questions about makeup. These are any of your, most of the people who produce content every day that you see online. These are some of the things that they use to get their content. If you ask many people, they will tell you, sometimes I make research on Quora, on Pinterest, on Nairaland, or Google, or even YouTube. So look at these are topics. What are the most useful makeup tips and tricks? You can even read it and get ideas about that topic. Does makeup increase your confidence? That's if, for instance, if you have a content pillar and that talking about either motivational or inspirational, this is a topic on that. This is a subtopic for that pillar. Does makeup increase your confidence? And you can you can tell that person that okay, makeup is good, it increases your self-confidence, but you now balance it by saying you should not only depend on makeup for your confidence. Your confidence comes from within, that kind of thing. So why do you choose not to wear makeup? Do boys prefer girls with or without makeup? These are some of the things that people ask about makeup. Why should you wear makeup? Then if you are looking for makeup, another thing should, what are the makeup products for you or your skin tone? Some people don't know how to select the makeup that is for their skin tone. You can have you can educate people on how to know the best kind of color for your own skin tone. You guys, I think there are things that you call color 1 or 2. I don't know. I think I've heard something like that before. So you don't need to only sell to them. Sometimes when you just educate people on this, then they follow you. When you have people that follows you, even if they don't buy from you, they will be willing to share your content or to refer you. They will be willing to refer you to people. Let's see this. I'm just doing this. I'm trying to use some of the, can say what are the furniture problems you can fix yourself. If I'm into furniture making and I create a content and I teach people how to do some simple things without coming to the workshop, it will help somebody. That person will feel, okay, I'm getting educated by this guy. So let's go back to our slide. That's just some examples for now. But if you have questions, please drop them in the chat box. If you're not clear about anything, that's why we are here. Drop them in the chat box. Let's listen to you. So now, how do you create a content calendar? It is your content calendar that gives you that maybe 30 days of having content on ground. Now, one thing I want to tell you guys is that the best way, if you want to be consistent with creating content online, one of the things that works for me is that I already prepare my content ahead. Don't wait for that morning before you start thinking of what to write. If you do that, especially if you now start scrolling through social media, just find out that you don't know what to write again. Or maybe you see someone that writes something similar to what you intend to write, and person now gain traction. You might feel, oh, I'm discouraged. You don't want to go ahead with your own idea. So please always make sure that your content calendar is ready at least 1 week. Even if you can't do 1 month, have 1 week. How do you do this? From the content pillar we talked about. Because from your content pillar, you already have, from each content pillar, you already have 10 topics. Or let's say 5 topics. If you can't come up with 10 immediately, 5 topics. So one content pillar, the other one, you have maybe 15 topics already. So you can write on 2 or 3. And you don't have to wait till when you want to post it. Sometimes when the inspiration comes, just draft it somewhere. I usually use my notes app on the phone. I jot it down somewhere, then I develop it later. So don't wait till you are about to write something online before you actually do. Because if you are trying to show up online every day, then you must prepare ahead. So that's it. You must always prepare ahead. If you don't prepare ahead, it will affect you, it will discourage you, because today you racked your brain for a long time before you did what you came up with what you did. And the next day you have that challenge again. Before you know it, you are tired. But if what you do is that you have written down everything you want to do for 1 week, you just see that you are not thinking about it. Just go online and you post it right away. So that's why when I say pick your content pillar, you already know that. Pick the subtopics, you know that. Then create it. That's just it. That's how it works. If you have any question at this point, please ask your question. You want us to, there's not something you are not clear about. Now, this is another thing that I also use this. How to get content ideas from experts in your niche. Whatever it is you are selling, like I said earlier, there are people who do it as well. There are people who are selling what you are selling. There are people who are ahead of you in that area of business. So sometimes look at these people, especially those that have large followers. Look at them and look at what they are writing about. Read their posts and then formulate your opinion on what they said. I didn't say you should copy. Don't copy their, don't do copy and paste, or don't go and copy them. From what they've written, you can also have an idea. Okay, this person, he wrote about self-discipline. You can just bring another angle to whatever that person said. It might be the same thing, it might be the same topic, the same idea, but just brought another angle to it. Or for instance, the person writes how to so, and the person listed five items. You can pick one of those items and use it for a new topic on your own. So that's another way to get content every day. Especially this one is always useful when you don't know what to write about. Just go to someone that is popular in your niche. What is this person talking about? Maybe you can go to their past posts. Just look at it. You will gain inspiration to write your own there. You will definitely gain inspiration for your own. Then the comment section of, that's another place where you get idea about content writing. Comment section are always filled with, it's like a gold mine. Make sure you read comment sections, especially when you are reading from people who are doing well in your niche. Look at their comment sections. What are the questions that people are asking that person? What's the comment or the reaction about somebody to what that person wrote? Always read that comment section. When you go through the comment section, there are some things that you see that you will respond to, and you will use it to create a new post for your own self on your personal profile. You can say, one of my clients asked me, what is the so of so? Then you give a beautiful response to it. With that, you would not have problem with creating content. At this point, I want to take some questions, so I would know if let's take some questions now. Can I have your questions, please? Or maybe there's something you would like to talk about, something that is not clear, or something you don't agree with that you feel is not the norm. I'm waiting for you. Who is going first? What's happening tonight? We had more. Even yesterday was more interactive than today. What's happening tonight? Okay, so now is it within the scope of, if it's okay, you can ask your question, just ask it. You can ask the question, Sonen. Sonen, I'm not sure I always get the pronunciation of your name right. Yes, you can ask now. Okay, I'm waiting. What's happening? Tomorrow's class, I'm considering if we continue it on via a video session like this, or we can have it on WhatsApp. Depends. There are some things I want to show you, because tomorrow we are talking about some of the bonus part of the class, which is how to train the Facebook algorithm to prioritize your content, how to be more visible online, especially on Facebook. That's some. Just tomorrow is for some tips and tricks we use in this business of online visibility.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Yoma.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't really I skipped some part of the class, but I'll still listen to the recording. From where you talked about getting content that's on Quora and Pinterest.
Yes.
Sometimes I seem not to understand Pinterest. That's one. And then Quora, is it an app you download, or you just check it out on Google? Because I was seeing
Quora is mainly an app, but it has the web version. For instance, I just opened it on my desktop browser. But most times when I use it on my phone, I use the app. So it's both an app and it has the web version. So you can just go to Quora.com on your browser. If you don't want to download the app, you can just go to Quora.com.
Okay, no problem.
And for Pinterest, when you say you don't understand Pinterest, I feel just type like we typed our questions or our search phrases on Pinterest. Just type it there and see different this thing that will pop up there, different ideas that will pop up. So it's not necessary that I'm not saying you are not using Pinterest as a user, or you're not establishing your business there. You're only just going there to get
content,
ideas about your content. Just ideas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then do you get the part about the content pillars? I want to be sure about that.
Yes, I was here when you talked about content pillars. Yes.
What do you feel is some of the content pillars for your brand or your business? No, you said you're into skincare and makeup.
Yeah.
So
okay. You said we should discuss like 3 to 5 topics. So from what I got from the display you did on Quora. Yes. Okay, I thought of maybe talking about like the best skincare routine people can actually adapt to. Then one thing I've noticed is ladies are more particular about their face. Like they always have to deal with acne, black spots, and all that. So if I can talk more about it, I would love to talk more about it too. And then for makeup, I would love to talk about skin tone for makeup. Yeah.
Then um, the purpose for which I suggested that content pillar is that not every of your post that's about there is educating, there is an educative content. It's not every time you
Yeah.
educate people. Sometimes
Yes.
it's motivational. Sometimes it is can even be a little bit of entertainment. But don't allow, if you're not in the humor industry, don't allow humor to be too much in your content. So
Yes.
maybe in a week, you can divide it that out of 7 days in a week, three for 3 days you are giving educative content. For 2 days, you are doing motivational. I'm not saying 3 days following each other. Maybe today is educative, tomorrow is inspirational, the day after tomorrow is lifestyle, the next tomorrow is another educative. So you just mix it up like that. But make sure that the educative part is usually educational post is usually take the larger part. So that when people come to you, they know they are getting something from this lady today. Do you get it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Or as you go on, don't just stop here. Just go out there, ask ask yourself questions. Like I told you earlier, ask yourself questions about what are the problems that your customers have. So I'm sure it's not only skin tone that people have with makeup. Even some
Yeah. Then
people,
taking care of their makeup tools,
yeah,
the brushes, and all that. I can
then
give tips,
exactly,
tricks.
yeah,
Then for beginners too.
mm, how to carve eyebrows,
Yeah.
maybe how to get the perfect eyebrow, how to, just those things. So when they see it, it's something they can, because it's thank God you're a lady, you know the problems that ladies face in that area, or some of the problems that your customers have faced and they've asked you. So you can always convert this into topics right about. Then part of your content pillars as well should be reviews. I think I didn't mention that during the slide. That's very, very important actually. Guys, you must always make sure you let people know what people are saying about you. Because people will believe what people say about you more than what you say about yourself. People will take that, okay, when somebody says something about you or about your business, people take it serious. That, oh wow, you know. So always show your reviews. Let it be part of your content pillars. So I'm already kind of giving you an idea of what your content pillars would look like. So let that also be part of your content pillar. Maybe once in a week or twice in a week, let us see customer reviews. And you don't have to wait for you can show the review you showed us last week. You can show us this week or in 2 weeks. As long as it is a positive review, you can show it. Even sometimes too, I tell some of my students that you can also show negative reviews. It's not a bad thing to let people know some of the negative reviews you get in your business. And then when you now show negative reviews, you also show how you responded to that. Maybe a customer had a problem with getting an order on time and the person was complaining. You can talk about it. Then you now tell us how you solved that problem for that customer. That in the end, it ended well. So when you show that too, it kind of also puts you in your perspective in the eyes of people. Is like, okay, this person is trustworthy. Somebody that can talk about not so good experiences, then she's trustworthy. Okay. I hope you've gotten some answers to your questions. Idris, are you raising your hand? Do you have a question? Idris, I can see your hand raised. Do you have a question? Okay. Let me read out Sone's question here. Sone says, I have been having issues with my honey business. Constant price increase from my suppliers, and I'm not making profit again. So I'm considering a price increase. Please, how will I present the price increase on social media? I have customers already in many states of Nigeria. They buy 20 liters at 30,000 naira, and I'm not making any profit by that price. So I want to increase 20 liters to 35,000 naira so I can see small profit. How will I present this to old and new customers, please? Oh, okay. Okay, I would meet you soon, Idris, but let me try and answer Sone's question. The reason why you're in business is to make money, not to, yes, it's to satisfy your customers, but not at your own peril. You are also, because if you're not making profits, then at the end of the day, you won't have enough to probably get new orders. Or maybe you start getting new orders at a loss or at negative price, which is not good for your business in the end. So whatever it is you are trying to protect now, maybe you are trying to keep customers, you don't want them to run away. On the long run, if you continue running your business at a loss, there won't be a business to run, and definitely the customers will also go away. So my suggestion is that you said you already have people that trust you. You already have customer base all over Nigeria. So if you might, don't be afraid, you can lose some of those customers. If you tell them about your new price, some of them might go, but your business, and many of them will stay. And the reason they will stay is because you would have explained the reason why you are increasing price. I mean, you have been doing the business together for a particular period of time. So when they see an increase in price, they know, you give them an explanation. You're not lying about your explanation. So they would understand. Maybe you're saying, okay, maybe your competitors are selling at lower price. You should let your audience or your customers know that you are not compromising standard, you are not compromising quality. So the only way that you maintain that is by increasing price, because you will never compromise quality for whatsoever reason. That even rather than compromise quality, you would rather stop the business, because your reputation is more important. So when you explain this to your customers, then they would understand. And those that don't understand will go. I can assure you, those ones that go away, they will still come back. That's the way it is, because they know that they get the best service from you, so they will always come back to you. Okay. Idris, I think, can you unmute now?
More.
Okay, great. All right, Idris, let's have you. Idris. I thought you unmuted yourself just now. Oh.
Okay, thank you, Ayo. Hey, be quiet. So I wanted to ask, how, like, for the contents now, how many posts would you advise that someone should do per day? And what is also your thoughts about automation? So like maybe setting up content ahead to be posted ahead without your input, something like that.
For some just trying to gain relevance online, you're just trying to gain visibility, I suggest twice in a day. But if you can't do twice in a day, once in a day is still good. It's still good. Once in a day is still good, especially between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. in the morning, or 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. in the evening, if you are doing Facebook, because that's like the peak period. So the best results is twice in a day is a great way to start, but you still get a very good result if you are doing once in a day. But ensure that once in a day is constant, that never failing. You always, every day you get people, people reading your post. So, although we'll still talk about that tomorrow, you might not get likes, you might not get comments, but people actually, they are reading, they are following, they are watching you. And most times people are watching to make sure that this person consistent, or is this person start now and stop midway. So the reason why you have to be consistent is that so that they know that they can always get something from you. So every day, at least one content every day, or two makes it better. Then about automation, yes, automation is not bad. Automation is good. But the only thing is that make sure that whatever content, because there are some topics that are sensitive to a particular period. Most times anyway, if you are doing business stuff, there is no time that your business post is not good. But if it's something personal, if the atmosphere, maybe the general mood on social media is not, if there's a way it tilts, then you might not want to post a particular content. Maybe it might sound sensitive, or people might feel they don't want to read something like that, or but automation is good. At least automation gives you the chance to just schedule your content, and you leave it, but make sure you are always monitoring. So you don't just automate and abandon it. Make sure you are always monitoring. So for me, on my social media page, most times I do 2 posts per day, but sometimes, many of the times, I also do 1 per day. I always make sure that whatever it is I'm putting up is quality post. And I also want to add this to everyone, that you should not wait for that time when you can write perfect content. Maybe because people always say, I don't know what to write, or I don't know how to write story. I've seen people say, I have an idea of what I should write, but I don't know how to put it in such a way that people will like it. Just start writing. You don't have to wait for people to like it. The more you write, the better you get. The more you write, the better you get. So just start it. Just make sure you are consistent. You are doing it every day. And another way to help is by scheduling your content, like Idris asked. You might not automate, but just make sure you already have it written down somewhere. So you just go to your social media for that day and upload. Somebody is asking, how profitable can content translate to making money online? I am not sure exactly what you are asking. I don't know if you are asking if content writing as a business is profitable, or how content writing affects your business. I don't know if you. Well, let me just assume you are asking how content writing affects your own business, so how you make money online. Yes. I've said it before that in this online game, you are doing it for the long term. Don't think of the short term. Don't limit yourself to the short term. Think of long-term goals, long-term values. Because when anybody sees you as somebody who dishes out content on your niche, you become known as an authority. So apart from the fact that you get people to buy from you, you get people that always come to you when they want to buy that thing you are selling. You also get people that refers you. People that just you are in the mind of people. There's something we call being occupying the mind space. That's what online visibility does to you. You have to occupy the mind space of your target audience. So when you and the only way to occupy somebody's mind is when that person keeps seeing you. When if you keep seeing somebody every day, even if you don't like that person, you just see that somehow you just kind of start tolerating the person. You just feel comfortable around that person because you keep relating with that person, you keep seeing that person. So that's just the way it is. You need to maintain that consistency, establish that authority, so that even offline you gain relevance. It's not only online. Most of these things that we talk about, some people think that what is online thing. See, these days I was at a meeting, was it yesterday? I mean, at an hangout, and somebody came to me. I didn't even know this man sees my post. Said, Ayo, please, my son is interested in. My son told me he's interested in affiliate marketing, and I just asked him that, you should have told me now that. I asked my son that I told my son that I know someone who is into affiliate marketing, and we have never discussed affiliate marketing before. I don't even know that she reads my post. So that's an offline. People already know you for that, both online and offline. So whenever they need whatever it is, your product or your service, you are the first person that comes to their mind. And when you are the first person that comes to people's mind, it is money for you because they are trying to buy something from you, either a product or a service. They can even invite you to come and talk somewhere because they know you have knowledge on a particular area. They can invite you to an event that, please, we would like you to speak on this topic. And with that, you gain visibility. Some of these things, they can even pay you to come and talk about what you know. So it's not a bad thing to get money for what you know. So in summary, content writing, consistent content writing, let me just add that, we definitely translate to making money online for you. Everybody you know online right now who are doing well, they did not blow at once. Most of them have been in the game for over a year, for 2 years, for 3 years. So the reason why I always give people 3 months is that after 3 months, you'd have been seeing little results. So I'm sure from then, with the results you have seen, you would know that there is a lot for you to achieve with this, and you will take it more serious if you're not taking it serious before. So that's it. I hope I've answered your question. Any other question, please? Before we round up. And then no further questions. Shall we call it a day? Thank you too. Thank you, Sonen. I'm sorry, I don't know it deep. I don't know how to pronounce your name well. I'm not sure I keep getting it right. Maybe you can just say it so that anytime I mention your name, I won't give the wrong pronunciation. thank you all for your presence tonight. I sincerely hope you guys got value, and I'm more particular about your business. I would really, what gives me joy basically is seeing results. I enjoy seeing results. I don't just like people learn. I love when I see results, because that result that make you understand that this was really helpful. And in the business, in the online world, everybody can win. Every one of us can win in our different spaces. Even if there are 1,000 people, I mean, there are 100,000 people doing the same thing you're doing, you can create your own space for yourself. And you do that by showing up every day, by showing up for what you do. Statistics have shown that cassava remains one of the best. End the class. All right, thank you guys. Have a good night rest. Thank you, Boluwatife, for coming. I hope you got value too. Good night, everybody.